afternoon, and I am Wani, 是双语班的副执行长, and this is my great pleasure to welcome you all to today's session. Our speaker today, Alexis Keller.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
I've noticed that we actually have very similar backgrounds, so I'm very, very excited.
Okay.
She has a master's degree in TESOL in communications, same as mine.
Nice.
Yeah, I was in communications and then had a TESOL degree as well. Today's topic, I think, is to the interest of a lot of us, AI and in EMI classrooms. So without further ado, let's welcome our speaker.
I think my microphone is working. Oh, no? Okay. Recording. Okay, got it. Hi everyone, I'm Alexis, and I am an EMI advisor with Fulbright here in Taiwan, and I am currently based at National Taiwan Normal University. So for our warm-up, I want you to guess. Can you guess which 3 places I've taught in based on their capital cities? Hint, 2 are in the US and 1 is a country. So the capital city of 1 place I've taught is Albany, number 2 is Addis Ababa, and number 3 is Sacramento. I'll give you a hint. New York. And the capital of New York is Albany, actually. Okay, what about this picture? Where is that?
San Francisco.
San Francisco. So what state?
California.
California. And this last picture might be trickier. Addis Ababa. Do we know where that is?
Ethiopia.
Yeah, Ethiopia. So, about me. My name is Alexis. I have a master's in education in TESOL and a master's in communication. And I previously taught in New York City, and I was an English fellow with the US State Department in Ethiopia. So that means I worked with the US Embassy in Ethiopia, and we created educational initiatives there. And now I am at NTNU working with professors and students in EMI and in English. Okay. So our workshop agenda today is that we are going to discuss challenges, assess AI tools, share ideas, and reflect on using AI in our teaching. So our overall goal is to discuss how we can use AI tools now and how we can use them to reach our goals in the future. So we're going to start with a metameter, which I'll present in a moment. But with the metameter, I just want to see sort of an overall idea. It'll help me get a survey or an idea of how people currently use AI in the classroom. I know some people are really comfortable using it. Some of you, it's more of a new tool, and so you haven't really incorporated it into your teaching. So that's what we're going to discuss next. So with Metameter, what you do is you can either scan the QR code, or you can go to menti.com and enter in these numbers. I'm going to go to the presentation part, but you'll still be able to scan the QR code. Okay. So in one word, how do you feel about AI in teaching? So it'll give us about 1 minute, because I know everyone needs to log in. And basically, you just need to give us 1 word about how you feel about AI in teaching. Maybe you love it, so you put love. Maybe you hate it, so you put hate. Maybe you're in the middle. Okay, I'm seeing fantastic, exhausting, efficient. There's a lot of different ways that we can feel about it. I just wanted to change it so that we have to click for the responses. Okay. Okay, so I'll give you another 10 seconds because we have 11 people out of 26 who responded. So let's get some more responses and then we will show what some people said. Okay. 26 people logged in, but only 15 responded, so okay, there we go. Let's show the responses. So lots of work, busy, I think, challenging, interesting, and powerful, and efficient, and conflicted are the words that I'm seeing that maybe the biggest words are the ones that are maybe coming up the most. I really agree with conflicted. I also feel similarly about it. So let's go to the next one. And for some of these, they'll give us an opportunity to discuss. How are you currently using AI in the classroom? I'm most interested to know sort of a baseline. Do you use it? If you don't use it yet, but I don't use it yet, do you use it for lesson planning, creating materials, assessment, student support? We'll do another 30 seconds. Okay. So I'll let you keep responding, but so far I see 2 people who don't use it yet, which is totally fine, and then the rest of us at least seem comfortable using it in certain areas, and I'm seeing that material creation is the most common area that we're using it. For material creation, do you mean like worksheets? Do you mean questions? Those kinds of things? Okay. How much do your students use AI? That's really what I want to know as well. Do they use it? Not at all, a little, sometimes, often, or are you not sure? I talked to one of my colleagues today and I asked him how often he uses AI. And I said, yeah, I think I use AI about once a day. One time a day I'll log into ChatGPT, and he goes, oh, I use it at least 100 times a day. So how often do you think your students use it? Oh, I see. No one said not at all. And if we had done this like 3 years ago, we wouldn't have known anything about it, right? So it kind of shows that sometimes new technology can be incorporated into the classroom super quickly. So it looks like, I think, we're going to say that most of our students use it often. Yes, we can kind of agree on that. So if our students are using it often, even if we don't really like the idea of using AI, we at least need to know how to use it so that we can understand how our students are using it. So what positive impact could AI have on your teaching? So you can type in, I'm just going to make it private. Okay, so type in, and I'll give you another minute and a half. So I'm a certified AI hater, but I've been working, I wanted to do this workshop because I really want to challenge myself to engage with the technology that I don't feel comfortable with. So I've been trying to really increase, this past year, I've really been increasing my knowledge about AI and why it can be helpful and why people use it. So I'm hoping that even if you are also a certified AI hater, you can have an open mind while we're learning about this. Okay, so some things that could be positive about AI is that it saves time, it's more productive and engaging, efficient, it generates ideas, perfecting English. I'm seeing efficient like 3 or 4 times. It saves time, and you can review teaching material to make sure they're sure, get second opinions on student submissions, and it involves faster grading. So I'm seeing a pattern of time saving and efficient, resources, generates interesting teaching ideas for me, easy to put ideas into nice slides, helps me organize thoughts, resources, and time saving. And I saw mathematical calculations. Yeah, so AI does have a lot of benefits, even I can admit that. What are some concerns or risks you see with AI in education? What are some risks or concerns, challenges, basically any negatives you can think of for using AI in education? And we'll take another minute. We have 12 responses so far, so let's take a look. Reduce thinking over reliance, reduces creativity, some inaccurate information, fake learning, fake info, not accurate, hallucination, learning is outsourced, students don't want to understand the contents, error information, hallucinations, gives the wrong information, use it without really understanding the theory behind AI's answer. So I'm seeing fake info and reduced creativity and hallucinations as things that are coming up. And I definitely agree. I think especially cognitive offloading is something that can happen with AI. But as we said in the previous slide, it can be really efficient, and if you use it correctly and you try to combat some of these things like fake info and fake learning, it can really produce some helpful tools and ideas for you. So we'll end here. Thank you. This helped me get an idea of how familiar you are with AI and how you use it. It looks like all of us have at least used it a little bit in our classrooms. So let's discuss challenges. So I have to warn you, I'm going to make everyone stand up in about 30 seconds. You're going to have to stand up. Have you ever played Four Corners? Okay, so we're going to play Four Corners because learning can be fun. And there are 4 areas in the room, and you will see a statement about using AI in teaching. When I say go, move to the area that reflects if you think AI would be helpful in this scenario. And then I'll ask you a question to discuss with the people in your corner. So, okay, I don't know why that was there. Corner number 4 is strongly agree, so 4 is over there. So number 4 is strongly agree, 3 is somewhat agree, 2 is disagree, and 1 is strongly disagree. So where is 1? What is 1? Strongly disagree. Where is 2? 2 is disagree. 3?
Somewhat agree.
Where is 3? There. And 4 is strongly agree. Okay, great. So everyone stand up. Sorry if you were getting comfortable. Never get too comfortable in teaching. Okay, so again, you were telling, when I say go, move to the area that reflects if you think using AI would be helpful in this scenario. So would using AI be helpful in writing a journal article in English to be published in an international journal? That's strongly agree. Strongly agree is number 4. 3 is somewhat. 2 is disagree, strongly disagree. Whoa, I didn't expect that. Yeah. 2 is disagree. Okay, talk to someone in your corner. I'll come to you. Do you feel confident writing in academic English without AI? And then do you feel confident writing in academic English with AI? Okay, talk to everyone in your corner. Answer this question. Do you feel confident writing in academic English? Okay. Is everyone ready? Okay, so remember, next one. Translating research abstracts from Chinese to English. Is the AI helpful in this scenario? Strongly agree, agree, disagree, strongly disagree. Translation. I've never used it for translation. This is strongly disagree, this is disagree. This is strongly agree, this is disagree. Okay, please talk. Why did you say that? Why do you think this? From Chinese? Agreed. Yeah, why do you? Can anyone tell me? Why did you agree that it's helpful in translation? Because it's bad?
I had this experience.
Okay.
I read master's thesis from other professors because I am his committee member. Okay, and then I read the thesis. I said, you must, because I know that professor has he used to do the modification and correction for the thesis. So even in the old days, his students' thesis were just read very well. Okay. And so recently, this thing happens again. Then I told him, you must spend quite some time modifying those theses. He said, no, not really. ChatGPT did it. And when I read the thesis, you see, the English, the contents are really good. Of course, the professor must have put in some effort to do editing or to arrange the presentation. However, the English is really good.
Okay, so AI can make your English better. Good to know. Okay, sorry I forgot my clicker up there. Okay. Next one, get ready to move. Using AI to help you grade exams. Okay, this is strongly agree, strongly disagree, somewhat agree, disagree.
You mean it's good?
Yeah, do you agree that it's good to use AI to help you grade exams? Oh. Using AI to help you grade exams is good. Everyone's disagreeing? Okay. Take a moment, turn and talk with people in your corner. Why do you feel this way? So why do you think you say you disagree? You don't like using AI to grade? Why?
Because the AI doesn't know my level and my standard. So they can just give you something in general. Because I'm so AI can give you something in general.
Okay. Okay, heard here why he disagrees? Can anyone tell me over here why they disagree? Anyone? Okay, no worries. Okay, so we'll go to the next one. One thing I did want to say, I agree with the disagreeers because if your students are using AI to write an assignment and then you're automatically using AI to grade an assignment, is anyone thinking in this scenario? Maybe not. Okay. Okay, can AI help you if you're conversing in English with a colleague visiting from the US? Can AI help you in a scenario where you're just talking to someone in real life? Can you pull out your phone and translate it to ChatGPT? What do you think? Okay, so everyone's in the disagree, and I think the last one. Okay, can AI help you when you're replying to an email in English? This is disagree, that's agree. Hey. Please turn and talk to your partner. Do you use AI to help you write emails? Yes? Everyone here uses AI to help you write emails? Why? Why do you use it to help you write emails? Check the grammar. What else? What if you're mad at someone but you want to be polite? Can AI help you? Yeah. I use AI to write email. That's the number one thing I do with AI. My once a day is usually to write an email. So I agree. I think it can be helpful in that scenario. Okay, everyone, you can come take your seats. Thank you for trying this activity. Let's come back in 3, 2, 1. So I heard from a few people, and if you want to contribute and tell me what you think as well, I heard from a few people that they wanted to know how AI can help in students' learning because they feel like students are currently using AI to think for them. Is there any other questions or challenges that you were thinking of that you want to hopefully see addressed in this workshop? No? Yes?
Actually, I'm teaching a Python programming language for first year undergrad student. And this year I start to allow students using AI. Then turn out the AI is too strong. then I start changing the teaching strategy from let student know every detail on coding. Then turn out to be how to teach them to verify that AI is code. Okay. And also another challenge I'm facing is, although I already asked AI to try to create some question that students cannot use AI to answer, but I think this trick is not really work. And so I kind of confused. If you allow students using AI, I think that's a trend because industry using AI right now for creating code. Then what should I actually teach our students about coding, particularly for computer program?
Okay, that's a really good point, and I think a lot of us are probably thinking about that. Anyone else have another point? Yes?
It's very similar question.
Mm-hmm.
Students using AI to do their homework. How can we grade their homework?
Yes, exactly. If they're using AI to grade it, to write it, and then can we really assess AI written homework? Does it show that the students actually understood the concepts? I don't know. So we'll talk about this. Okay. So we're going to assess how helpful AI tools can be in certain situations. So work with the partner sitting next to you. You'll need a phone, iPad, computer, and what you're going to do is you're going to go to your preferred AI platform, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, and you're going to type exactly what you see on the sheet. So I'll hand out the sheets. So then you have to memorize the answer AI gives you by yourself. So you're going to type what you see onto the sheet into AI, and then you have 2 minutes, and I'll set a timer to memorize what AI tells you. So with the person sitting next to you or behind you, I'll give you a sheet. Okay, so what you're going to do is type exactly the prompt you see on the sheet. So it says winner, but I meant partner 1, you do green, partner 2 does blue. So type exactly what you see on the sheet into ChatGPT, whichever one you want. And so the 2 options are generate a response to this question in 100 words. Why are ESD classes important in Taiwan? Number 2 is generate a response to this question in 100 words. Why is it important for Taiwanese students to learn English? You're going to read your answer, and you have 2 minutes to try to memorize everything ChatGPT said. Now, you're going to pass your device to your partner and try to repeat the answer from memory best you can. Give your phone or device to your partner, the first person, trade phones, and now tell them exactly what ChatGPT told you. Switch devices, you can't look at it. You can't look at what the device, let's see. Okay, 30 more seconds. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Score yourself on how well you were able to remember the script. And show me just with your fingers. So 0 is not at all. 5 is all of it. 1, 2, 3. What do we think? How well were you able to remember what ChatGPT said to you? 1, 3. Maybe you're really good at memorization. What challenges did you face? Was it easy to remember all the information ChatGPT gave you? No? And you didn't come up with it, right? So did you do any thinking when you put the prompt in? No. And so then when you tried to memorize what ChatGPT told you, you didn't have any connection to the response, right? So it really didn't make you learn anything, correct? So that is one of the challenges that comes with, I just wanted to do this sort of simulation when students just put something into ChatGPT and have it come out. It means that AI is sometimes used at times when it's not needed. Academic tasks are skipped by using AI. And the user becomes dependent, so students lose critical thinking skills. So we need to think, throughout this workshop, we're going to think about how we can use AI as a tool instead of a way to think for us. So with the learning process, you receive information, you try and make mistakes, is what we were talking about in our groups. You fail, and then you learn. And then you gain knowledge. You have an English challenge, you're thinking about what to say or write. You're speaking and writing, you may make mistakes, and then you complete the challenge. Open an AI tool, AI does the work for you, and you skip the process of thinking about what to say or write, speaking and writing, making mistakes. You go straight to completing the challenge. So you're skipping the trying, failing, and learning process. And so then that results in maybe the students getting the correct answer, you getting the correct answer, but you're not really gaining knowledge about the topic. So we're going to try to not have this happen and use AI thoughtfully. So I have yet another worksheet that you're going to do. You'll work with partners again. So basically, I'm going to have you read by yourself, circle the items that uses AI strength to reach your goals, and discuss, when you both are done, the situation I chose, and I chose this because. So, some of the scenarios are, you need to work on writing your research data into a paper submission for an international journal, and there's 3 different options. You could use AI to proofread your paper for grammar mistakes, structure, and organization. You could use AI to organize the most important parts of your data into an outline, or you could write your paper in Chinese and use AI to translate the entire paper. So, what do you think would be the best use of AI in this situation? Because AI can be helpful in that situation, but how is it going to be most helpful for you? So take a moment and read over the scenarios. I'll give you like 4 minutes to read over all 5, and I'll get them up here too. And then I'll tell you when it's time to discuss. Once you've finished reading all of them, you've chosen your answers with your partner from last time, discuss A, B, C, the situation is. So what did you choose and why did you choose it? So there's no correct answer and there's no like one is wrong or right, and if you choose one it's bad. It's just to kind of see what you think would be most appropriate in what scenario with AI and how you think it would best use it to help you. So I'll give you 2 minutes to discuss the 5 scenarios. Okay, thank you. We're going to come back in 3, 2, 1. I'll give you a moment. I love hearing such thoughtful discussion. For some reason, I didn't have this on my screen, but everyone has the paper, so we can discuss. I just wanted to discuss a few of them because I heard some really great responses. So I just wanted to know for number 2, you need to deliver a presentation. I heard from a few people that they don't really like to use AI to create presentations. Some people do. So I just wanted to know for number 2, which response did you choose? Would any group like to share? Using AI in presentations. I think I talked to you guys about that, so can you share what you put for number 2?
I rarely use AI to generate PowerPoint for me because I don't think the AI can get the point I want to say. They cannot create a PowerPoint really fit the point I want to say. So I rarely use the AI to generate PowerPoint. But in terms of writing, I love to use AI to help me for the writing. Yeah, that's a liberation for me. Okay.
But you use it for proofreading?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people I saw were using it for proofreading. So for number 2, you're communicating with a colleague overseas via email. So let's find out. Are we writing our emails in Chinese and then using AI to translate? Is that how you use it? Give me a thumbs up if you use it that way. Okay. How about having AI offer suggestions? Are we using it for that? Yeah. Okay. How about using AI to summarize a long email thread and identifying action items? Yeah, I use it for that too. So you can use it for any way you want. There's no rules, but I think the last 2 are maybe going to be more helpful for you than just translating big chunks of text. How about for an interview? How do you use AI? Do you use it to generate answers for sample questions? Yes? Do you use it to translate your answers from Chinese again? No? Okay, so I think one thing that I was talking about with a few groups is that I think AI can be super helpful in an interview situation. And if you don't know about this AI tool, which I think a lot of you do, Notebook LM, it's by Google. It has helped me in all sorts of situations where you need to synthesize data and come up with interview answers or things like that. It helps you create podcasts. So make sure that if you don't know about Notebook LM, that's my favorite one. Okay, and then last, for grading student essays, I talked about this with a few different people, but I wanted to know what you thought. Do you use AI to generate feedback for your students? Yes or no? Thumbs up if you use it to generate feedback, thumbs down if you don't. Thumbs up. Okay, some people do, some people don't. Do you use it to help you create rubrics? Why thumbs down for helping create rubrics?
So for the rubrics, actually, it depends on the content that I will teach. So for the rubrics, I usually do it by myself, and sometimes I discuss some professors as well. And for the AI part, just help me to make it like perfect, not like help me decide what kind of rubrics I want to make.
Yeah, okay, great. Yeah, I think it can be really helpful with rubrics, but yes?
I assume many of our faculties here
Are probably not in the area that assign a lot of essays for our students, but we do have some of the faculty that we do. So I'm not sure about everybody, but I now are moving to that direction that I don't want to assign essays to my students, because if I assign essay, they're not writing in the classroom, they're writing at home. So it's like they outsource it to AI and turning to wonderful essays. I'm not sure if that is their thinking, their thoughts, their ideas, their critical thinking, but they're pretty unified in terms of their essays. So I'm just not sure how, I haven't found a way. So I'm moving toward maybe oral exam instead of giving them homework as homework. But that takes a lot of time, so I'm just giving my 2 cents.
Yeah, no, I get that.
I'm very confused and very frustrated in terms of this.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Well, you can trade out essays for any kind of student work, but we were talking about it, but if your students are using AI, like you said, to write essays, and then you're automatically plugging their essays or their work or whatever into AI to grade it, then you're just stuck in an AI feedback loop, right? So that can be one of the challenges. But you can use it to generate rubrics and to help you come up with some feedback if you are having trouble thinking of that. But I do agree with that. AI has made it hard for us to know how well our students actually know how to write down. Okay, so part 4, we're going to talk about building a prompt library. So we've been talking a little bit. Some people have been saying that they want some specific ways to use AI that's meaningful in the classroom. So we're going to talk about how we can do that. So we were talking about the learning process. So we can use AI to help in the learning process and add structure and tools. So what we're going to talk about is what is a strong AI prompt and what is a weak AI prompt. So if we are asking ChatGPT to come up with discussion questions, if we just put in make discussion questions, then it's not going to generate something that's very targeted and thoughtful. So you have to be as specific as possible when you're using it. So my example was create 5 discussion questions for first-year engineering students in the EMI course. Questions should encourage extended speaking, use B1 and B2 language, and include 1 follow-up prompt per question. So when we're using AI, if we can use it in a targeted way, it can help us be more efficient, not think at all, but it can help us do, like, creating discussion questions is not my favorite thing to do as a teacher. So if we use AI to help us with the things that we usually would spend too much time on, it can help us be more efficient. So when we're using AI, we need to think of what is a strong prompt and what is a weak prompt. So the prompt formula is the role, who is AI acting as, the task, what should it do, the context, the course student level, the situation, and the constraints, language level, length, format, etc., and the output, what should the result look like. So if you're asking AI to create something for you, you should make sure that you are specifying what the role of AI is, what you need it to do for you, the context, and making sure that you put in specific constraints so that it can be most helpful for you, and then making sure that you specify the output. So if we do these things, hopefully it can combat some of the fake information we're getting and some of the hallucinations we might be getting as well. And there, we can also talk about, I don't have this in the presentation, but I do know that there are certain ways that you can also put constraints on AI, the model itself, and ask it to have certain, like ask it not to make up information if it doesn't know how to do things, etc. Okay. So that's the prompt formula. So this was when I put in create 5 discussion questions for first-year engineering students in an EMI course. Questions should encourage extended speaking, use B1-2 language, and include 1 follow-up prompt per question. So take a moment, we'll read the slide over, and then I just want you to rank it 1 through 5 if you think that these are thoughtful and good questions to ask our students. So we'll read it, and then I'll just ask you to put up a number. 1 through 5. 1 is, these aren't great. 5 is, these could be good questions for our students to engage in. So 1 is, what do you think is the most important skill for an engineer in the future? Why? Follow-up prompt is, can you give an example of a situation where this skill would be useful? Do we think this would be a thoughtful question for our students? So 1 is no, 5 is yes. Okay, I'm gonna give it maybe a 4. Okay, number 2, how can technology improve daily lives in your country? Follow-up prompt, are there any negative effects of this technology? What do we think? Just give me a number if you think 1, 2, 3, or 4. If you think it's a good question to ask our students. I think it's maybe a 2 for me. 4. Okay, so when we go over it, so I've seen a few 2s, a few 4s. So once you ask AI to generate something for you, you just need to make sure you read over it and then edit the prompts as you need to. So I felt like number 2 wasn't specific enough, so I would probably go in and edit it to make it more relevant to the students. Okay. So I'm saying a group activity, but right now I'm going to have you work on your own, and then I'll have us, we're going to work on our own for 5 minutes, and then I'll have you work in groups and share. So I want you to have a device, which we all have. It seems like that with ChatGPT or Gemini. I'm just identifying those 2 because I know that they are the ones that we use the most. And your task is to identify a real classroom problem. I am going to show you the example problems. And write 2 to 3 useful AI prompts, test and refine 1 prompt, and then save your best version. So by the end, we should have 1 prompt that we feel like will be useful to use with our students. So here are the EMI teaching challenges. So I want you to read these over. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to read them over and choose 1 challenge that you want to work on today, right now. So helping students participate in discussions, simplifying academic texts, giving feedback on writing, creating vocabulary support, designing speaking activities, scaffolding presentations, supporting lower proficiency students, creating assessment rubrics, generating model answers, and explaining difficult concepts in simpler English. So think about what challenge you have with your students in the classroom based on these, and choose one that you want to tackle. So I'll give you a minute to choose one. Now, once you've identified the challenge, I want you to talk to the person next to you and compare which challenge do you think you would want to tackle in your classroom. Which challenge could using AI help you in? Okay, so I think we've discussed a few problems and challenges. So now what we're going to do is you can choose if you want to work with a partner or on your own, depends on you. And make sure if you're with a partner, you guys identify whichever challenge you feel like is most pressing. I discussed with someone else, we added giving feedback on the course. He wants his students to give him better feedback on his course, so that's going to be his prompt. So what you're going to do is we're going to test out some prompts. So you're going to take your challenge and then create a prompt based on that challenge. So remembering who is AI acting as, what's the task, what is your context, what are the constraints, and what should the result look like. So with your partner on your own, based on your challenge, so if it is asking students to give you course feedback, the role is AI would be acting as the students, or is AI acting as you? And then the task is you're asking AI to generate discussion questions, course feedback, etc., and then make sure you put in the context, your student's level, the situation. So we'll take about 10 minutes, and you should try out at least 2 different AI prompts, and then take note of what it generates if you think that the responses will be helpful for your challenge or not. So I'll leave this up so that you can remember what you need to put in. Okay? So we're working in small groups or on your own, creating an AI prompt based on the challenge you identified. Do you need the challenges back up, or do you know your challenge? You know your challenge? Yes. Okay, so I'll leave this up here then. We'll have about 10 minutes to try out some prompts. Okay, we're going to pause for a moment. So now that you've tried out a few different prompts, please take a look at what you put into your AI and look at which prompt gave you the most accurate responses. What did you include in your prompt? So take 1 minute and look what prompt gave you the most accurate response and most accurate solution to your problem, and what did that prompt include? And then we'll share. I was really interested to hear everyone's problems and some of the things that they generated. So I'll come to a few of you, and if you want to share out to the group, that would be great. So what was your challenge and what was your prompt is what we're going to share out. With the last 4 questions we'll talk about later, but right now we're just talking about what was your challenge and what was your prompt. So make sure you go back and look and see what was your prompt to address your challenge, and we're going to share out. Would anyone like to volunteer their challenge and their prompt? okay. I talked to a few people, so I'm going to come to you and ask you to share. Let's see. Do you have your prompt ready or no?
So I have the challenge that when students are doing the group discussion, they are just give the questions from me to the ChatGPT or their Gemini, and the Gemini will generate the answers, and students just read the answers out. Then what's the meaning of the group discussion, right? There's no interactions, there's no engagement. So the AI give me the prompts. I concluded as 3 points. First thing is that give students a low pressure environment, which means that we can make the group smaller. And the second prompt is, give the terminologies in advance. For example, when I'm teaching chemical engineering, we can give like what's a homogeneous catalyst, what's a heterogeneous in advance. So also the same idea is that makes a lower level discussions. Third part is that to make the questions like real-world applications, so students can feel like personal relevance. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Just to refresh, so that makes a lot of sense, and I thought that was a good solution. Just to refresh for the prompt is the specific thing you're putting into ChatGPT. So it should be the specific thing you're entering. And then what it generates is the materials. So I'm asking you to tell me what you put into ChatGPT and what it came up with. Okay. So let's go to another person. Right over here, what was your challenge and what did you put in as your prompt?
Well, my challenge was explaining like difficult concepts in simpler English. So I'm trying to put it like a description in the ChatGPT to explain about, like in my area, about explaining about the main hydrations, in simple words, about 200 words for my course for undergraduate students with A2 English level. And after like the AI gave like the answers, I think I have to also check what will be like the content and whether it's aligned with my knowledge. So like from here, I think I'm pinpointing on the 4 questions, like which prompts still require strong teacher's judgments, because I have to make sure like the content is correct and it's in accordance to the common knowledge. Yeah, thank you.
Great, thank you. Okay, we'll do like 2 or 3 more. So I'm going to come here. Can you share your challenge?
Yeah, but I'm not sure if we can put this on the screen. It's like,
you can just explain the challenge and you can,
oh yeah.
maybe if they know how to put it on the screen, because it would be helpful to see it, but I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, also I very similar to him. Explain a very complex, explain a hard concept in my course. So my prompt is I'm going to explain shear stress distribution on the cross section of a beam when the beam is loaded to the and to the second year of undergraduate student. And I need to use simple English to let the student understand the concept.
Okay, was it really specific as prompt? Yeah, good.
And give me a script less than 500 words and generate a picture to help me to explain the concept. And it really generates a picture. Yeah.
Do you think that it was more accurate than if you just entered in any stuff without context?
Yes, and it's doing very great. It's doing very great. That's for sure.
Thank you. So that's a really good example of being really specific about what boundaries and what parameters you have for your search, and then making sure that you say exactly what you need, including a script and a picture, so that you can get the results that you need. Okay, we'll do one more person. Does anyone have a different challenge that they entered in? Okay, let's, I won't make us talk anymore because I know that we've been doing a lot of group ideas, so thank you. Okay, so our final reflection is, what is one prompt you could realistically use next week? And what is one AI challenge, what is one EMI challenge AI might help scaffold but not replace? By EMI challenge, you just mean like an English teaching challenge, because we are all teaching English, but in your class context. So with one last discussion with your partners, what is one prompt you could realistically use next week? And what is one challenge AI might help you scaffold? We'll do 5 minutes for this, and then we'll come back. So I heard a lot of good points. And I also heard from some people who aren't currently teaching, so I'll make sure next time to make that an option too. But one thing that I was talking about with my colleague Ramon is that we were saying that maybe sometimes our tendency working with students who are in EMI classes is to simplify things too much and to make it too accessible. So we're really trying to make things accessible for our students, but then also are we simplifying things too much so they're not thinking as critically about things. So that can be a challenge when we're trying to make sure that our students understand. So there are trade-offs to that. Okay, so we're going to wrap up here, but hopefully I gave you a little bit to think about in terms of how to use AI in the classroom and how to be thoughtful about it. So we discussed making sure that when we're using AI, that we are really specific about our prompt formulas. And then also our overall goal today was to think about how we can use AI tools and how we can use them to reach our goals in the future. So hopefully we were able to achieve that. Okay, thank you so much.